and foremost. This is live stream, but without chat options. So I'm out here showing some love to Sylvester. You all know Sylvester, and if you don't know Sylvester, very, very Studio 54, gay pride, but beyond all that, disco, techno, stylish. I'm a queen queer dear. And if you don't know what that is, it's really like queen queer dear. The queen was added because my lovelies added the queen. I just didn't want to be called queer dear. And that is a heterosexual female who has friends in the lifestyle. Okay? Just want to clear that. Now they have another name, but I don't like that. I don't like the word, and I just don't like it, so it wasn't for me. But this is a channel for adults, and the F word, F hag. The F is the same as hag, just add the F, and I don't say that word. So that's what they call the heterosexual female who has friends, family, and you know, they hang around them and they love them, not for who they love, but for who they are. Okay? So I'm a queen queer dear, just to get that straight. So then I was like, I'm rocking and rolling through these streets doing all this stuff, but we got to talk about sports. And I was just like, the best time to do it is when I got some daylight, because I got a lot of stuff doing and I need to address some things. So here we go. The first thing in the room here, and also too, rest in peace to Sylvester, because we're still rocking everything, because in our hearts you are our friend, okay? And because he made that song very, very popular too. You are my friend, and I'm not gonna sing that for you right now, so okay. But yeah, all eyes right now to liven things up just a little bit, because the sports world has just been rocked here in the 2020, the early part of 2020, rocked in ways that, you know, many of us wasn't expected. But they always say, you know, some people, the older wisdom saying is never be too shocked, just be a little surprised. But we're all a human, so when things really touch us in certain ways, you know, it just does. And we've been rocked by a lot of stuff that's been happening, and the recent rocks were still with Kobe Bryant, Gianna Bryant, and all others who were on the helicopter crash. And they will be having a memorial. Who's ever been taking care of the feed for Vanessa Bryant, Kobe's widow, on the social media, they will be having the memorial that will be coming up for Kobe and Gianna and for all the rest of the people. And it's just been really great how people have been really embracing the this epic loss, even if you don't follow sports, when you sympathize and empathize. So our hearts go out to everyone that is going through. So let's just talk about this right here with this whole Tom Brady thing. Now I said, and I don't know, my goodness, it just seems like nail biter. Am I gonna have to like eat some crow? Because things have taken a turn. Now I'm still on my flow about him staying as a Patriot, but then we saw some things when you started looking at the tweets. Interesting. And for one, I'm on the Instagram, so let's look at the Instagram social media if you want to, shall we? February 2nd, Tom Brady did a really epic picture there, looking very spiffy, among all others, I should say. And he captions, "It's not often you get to meet your idols." In this picture, I was lucky enough to be with almost all of them. I am so thankful for them, inspiring me to be the best I could be. This is truly my dream coming true. And on this picture, okay, You got my QB, Brett Favre. And you got Peyton, Marino. Oh gosh. All of them goats. You know, Troy Aikman was like, hey, look at the goats there. And Brett Favre was like, oh hell, Tom, you stole my line. When they call roll for the best ever, is Tom Brady's first up, no debate. And Brett Favre has been very vocal about what's been going on about this whole trade talking and free agents, what is going to be happening here, you know. And you had other people who came in and they were just like, you know, LeBron James taking a break from such a dagger. He says amazing group of QBs to say the least. Sheesh. Okay, I said that too, right? And Redskins today was like, how many Super Bowls is in this photo though? And then somebody, of course, did their cute little thing, and they were just like, how nice of Tom to take pics with his fans. And you know, legends in one photo. So, you know, that was one of the posts. Just kicking back, chilling. And of course, you know, like, Favre has been where Brady is in your 40s. People are saying, okay, don't you think it's time to ride off into the sunset and just wait on the HOF Hall of Fame? But that's not where he is. And he has said this over and 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 over, under and over again. He is not ready to retire, okay? I'm on my Studio 54 channel today, okay? So then after that specific posting, it's good to kind of go back and go forward. Everybody, all of us out here are trying to read. Analysts are trying to read. Then you got Margaret Urban mixing things up, saying about the possible trade with Dak Prescott, and will Tom go to the Cowboys? But then you also got Patriot Nation still talking. Let Tom have fun with all of this free agent reign and come on back home. You know, then you start hearing a little bit of the back flow that happened, that we didn't know. Things start to seep out about what you thought was such a sincere dynasty. Now you're getting all these different new news of what's happening. Is there some dissension between Belichick and Brady? I mean, you know. So then here's this other, okay, and it's just him right there, swagged out, alone, before coming out to the stadium. It's just a lone man. So then you got people talking. Dana White, the GOAT, has me dying over here. David Beckham likes the pick. Manny Pacquiao, the GOAT, and a fist pump. Aaron Andrews into all of this. I'm just gonna stay quiet. I've been kind of quiet on my channel, Bebeluvsports on Instagram. Michael Strahan, do you, my man, your life to live and decisions to live with. Giselle, the wife, she just gives A kiss. A kiss. She gives a kiss, a heart. Then somebody says, it's not April yet. Chill, bruh. And then A-Rod says the GOAT and got the fire emoji. Ooh. Then you got people like with the eyes watching you, the eyes to the side. So it's a lot of people saying their things. And then somebody said, walking back into Gillette, baby. Okay. And somebody says, does that mean there's 6 more weeks of winter? That was a good one. That was a good one. All right. And somebody said, Brady, now I know I was wrong. I messed up. And now you're going, Brady, I'm sorry. I neglected you all. I never expected you to run away and leave me feeling this empty. People like, oh my God. And then somebody was just like, it's been a fun ride, but looks like you're walking out. Always will be on Team Brady. Brady. And then somebody's like, uh-oh. I thought after seeing all changes if you leave. Somebody's like, oh my God, I don't like to look at this. Somebody's like, just stop. Stop trying to get attention. Somebody said this was taken before anything. This is 100% Gillette. And he's walking into the stadium. He's not walking out. And some people like, Tom, I think people are blowing things out of proportion. I don't believe you are suggesting anything about you leaving the Patriots. But it's good chitter chatter. And it's good making those minds scramble. Until I see it, until things are there, I'm sticking with that. Look, don't take me for granted. Maybe there's some stuff in the background noise that's like where he feels like I don't have to do this. This is very good for sports, for the NFL, because it's some buzz talking on the off season. Somebody said the Raiders. I don't believe that. I believe he's going to stay where he is. Somebody said Gillette will always be your home, and there's no better nation than the Patriots Nation. So just take the vacation with your family and come back and put that number 12 jersey and show everyone why you're still the GOAT. Now, me personally, unless we just were missing something, unless more devastation news is going to come out to say daggers have happened, you know, kind of like, let me use the scenario of like Julius Caesar coming back from Cleopatra, and he comes back into the Senate, and hey, but you got all these other people waiting to take the stabs, and Mark Antony gets there too late. Okay, so is this what we just didn't see? Because this is what it is, and showing a stoic face through everything, because nothing is perfect. Still stabbing, okay? And so when I'm doing this, I'm trying to paint the scenario that if that's what it's doing, then if he is up out of there, then that's how painful something must be. So I'm gonna stick with that. If it's that scenario, then walk it on. You know what I mean? Like, just walk it on. Walk it on. But if it's not that, and this is just like, hey, respect me, let's get some things real clear here if you're having any doubts. But what I see, I still see that this is a man up to par. I'm right there with Favre and others, just didn't have the components there. Get me my components. Even without my components that I needed to sound off on my GOATism, you know, my GOATism, we still ranked up there in the playoffs. Not the hunt, but right there in the playoffs. Get me what I need. If it is so true, taking all these requests, I'm not fully engaging him on his whole worth just to get the pieces of the puzzle together, and then you still come up short, then he might want to ride. He might want to go, you know? So that's one. And I think we'll just title this dissecting the whole situation. I'll find something. All right, here's another moment. Congratulating teammates, talking about practice and all that good stuff. So that was like a really good moment there. Then you have the infamous video.
Say, all good things must come to an end. That the best just know when to walk away. So to my teammates, my family, and most of all, my fans, you deserve to hear this from me. Hulu doesn't just have live sports. According to the script they just gave me, Hulu also has your favorite cable channels plus the greatest shows, movies.
Everybody was losing their mind.
The TV as you know.
But what a good way to see the reaction.
I'm not going anywhere.
Now, he said he wasn't going anywhere.
All good things must come to an end. That the best just know when to walk away. So to my teammates, my family,
About to fall out.
and most of all,
Pass out.
my fans, you deserve to hear this from me. Hulu doesn't just have live sports.
Okay.
According to the script they just gave me, Hulu also has your favorite cable channels plus the greatest shows, movies, and originals of all time. So
Epic.
it's time to say goodbye to TV as you know it. For me, I'm not going anywhere.
All right. So there's a subliminal right there. I'm not going anywhere. The fans deserve it. Let me tell you something. All of this is really good talk. But I think it's also disrespectful to certain degrees when you're talking about other quarterbacks sitting in the clinches, and it fosters, not from him, but for others who are saying, ooh, I heard some whispers, ooh, I heard some talk, and he could be traded off for this or that. Okay? I'm just gonna sit right here. You got to be careful about these swirling rumors that you say that you're hearing, because that's just what they are. But then also, you now kind of look like, are you hating on another young man because he is a quarterback? And, you know, what's happening? How does that make the other quarterback feel? That if there was a tiny bit of a chance, that they could be traded for the GOATs when they're trying to come into their GOATness. And, you know, you can read through my subliminals. Like, how does that make you feel? Or that make that person feel? You know. That's not Tom Brady doing that scenario. That's someone else saying, ooh, we could trade. I heard it's going to be a trade for this quarterback if they could sign Tom Brady. So, what does that cause? But see, when you're doing that, what that does cause is a pause. Let's see, we got some music.
Last night a DJ saved my life. Last night a DJ saved my life from a broken heart. Last night a DJ saved my life. Last night a DJ saved my life with a song. Hey, listen.
Ooh. But see here, you could talk all day about the rumors, this, that, and the third. But just like what Tom Brady has been trying to tell everyone to a certain degree, like, I'm a free agent. This works for me right now for several things. It kaleidoscopes a lot of things to let you know that I know my worth, that I've sacrificed. But I know my fans. And most goats have left. But some are so goatish that they only want to put on that one jersey, get another ring, and then be out. Okay? Okay. Okay. And that's where I feel like Tom is at. And everybody has an underlining of things that are happening in any organization. Nothing is perfect. You're going to have people bump heads. You're going to have this, that, and the third. But I don't see that whole Patriots family in that much disarray. I feel like Kraft would do what it takes. I think it is good for the interest of showing your worth. And it also, you can be a GOAT, not just on the field, but be a GOAT to let others know once they get into the upper echelons of the GOATs to come, that this is how you finesse yourself, to let people know that, look, I'm not a foregone conclusion. Don't get it twisted. You know, I can go get the ring with somebody else who already got the cohesive parts. But then also, he's not the one just saying like, ooh, this is almost a done deal right here. Especially like talking about, let's just go on and say it, like with Dallas. Because they're the ones doing the most yapping. You know, you got Marco Irving doing the yapping. And it's just like, hey, wait a minute though. Dak Prescott is not that bad to say everybody's going to be okay with it. Because here's the thing. When you're talking about cohesiveness and family units, that's a real thing. And as much as the units of brotherhood may want the ring that bad, the loyalty can be stacked up against a Tom Brady coming into that scenario. Especially if the brotherhood is already stacked up. Because you're talking about new, younger guys, brotherhood, and hey, we want our own legacy and we want it done our way. This may not be what we want. And then he'll come into a situation where it may look good, but then they all might be like, well, it ain't gonna be good because we don't like this, and we want our brother Dak to stay right where he is, and we ain't doing none of that. We'll show y'all. You don't know. Has anybody ever thought about that scenario? Or like it might be talks, because yeah, who would not want that? But then you got to look at the other aspects of it. That brotherhood might be like, okay, yeah, with him we could win, but what about our brother right here? You know what I'm saying? What about our brother right here? We're going to be loyal, and we're going to keep getting better, and we're going to win this thing. And then Tom Brady stays over there. Okay? And then as someone who's coming into that, you might break up what could be a good, strong brotherhood. Because it wasn't like they were just like that dismal. You know, so that's the one doing the most talking about where Tom Brady going and all that, you know. Before I end this, because daylight is going, I don't think that would be the best scenario going into Dallas. I don't care what. These are my point of view as an analyst, and then also looking at things like loyalty and brotherhood and what does that say and all of that good stuff. Okay, so then you got all these other people yapping, but Tom is not saying anything. So we'll just have to see what's going on there. Moving straight up out of that zone and going back into this whole thing, Tom Brady in his off season. Then you got the rumor swirling of Gronk. Will Gronk come back out of retirement? Will he just come back to Gillette? If that's the case, that would be a really great scenario. As for much as people throwing these scenarios around and stuff like that, I would not think that would be the biggest and best move to go to Dallas. I think Dak is great where he is. I think that unit is good where they are, and build their own components, and then, hey, whatever it takes to get to the Super Bowl that way. I think they should keep that. I even saw some other scenarios out there that I'm not going to touch. I think we'll just kind of make this a running type analytical POV moment, because it's going to be talked about for quite some time. So I'll find some way to title this, but I think the best scenario would be for to stay right there with the Patriots. But it's good for Patriot Nation, the suits and all that good stuff, to see that you let him go if you want to. Of course, he'll be ready to snatch up. But I think everything will work itself out. But in the case that it doesn't, I still don't see him going to Dallas. I don't see that at all. We'll talk more about that. Make sure you keep it locked right here, because we will be talking all things for upcoming CIAA, which is the basketball tournament that will go down in the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina, the end of this month. And I will be there to cover many of the events. So we definitely want to show love to the CIAA tournament. This is his finale year in Charlotte. Kind of losing a little steam here. We're starting to get some buffering. So we're going to be adding in some new stuff leading up to CIAA. Finale year in the QC for 2021, straight to Baltimore. So keep going with your analytical perspectives, your POV. But I do feel like, without pause, Tom Brady is the kind of person who will do right by his fans and just sit back and chill. He will not do that leave you hanging moment. Even if he does go, I don't think he's going anywhere. But if he does go, he's going to in a classy way, and it's going to be a good fit. But I feel like after all this time, give him the components that he needs, let him ball out, he goes after that ring, and that's it. Because I don't know, I would rather do that, and I can see that, over trying to go into somebody's new ball club and having to, that's basically like starting from scratch, because you got to get in there to know the organization, the players, the flows, and everything. Sometimes it's better to stick with what you know, tighten up the ship, than to go into the promises of this and that, and then it doesn't turn out to be. I definitely think he'll make the right decision. So that's it, everybody. More to come. I'm Bebe. You're at Bebeluvsports, where sports and gaming is Exquisite Fusion, and more to come on this channel. Thanks for locking in. Thanks for all new subscribers who have subscribed. We'll be back loading up the social media, which will be also at Twitter and Instagram. Okay, everybody. That's it for me. Gotta go find me something to eat and get out of these streets. And definitely, yes, we'll be watching the Tom Brady You got it. Peace. Go out on a nice rock and roll vibe. Well, not so much rock and roll, but we're over here jamming on the Sirius had a DJ Save My Life, so let's kind of see what they got here. You know what? I love Studio 54 because it takes me back to a time, you know, when you have the headband on. You know, I'm such an 80s chick. I came of age in the 80s. To be clear, I was a teenager in the 80s, okay? And then I had older cousins, so I was able to watch some of the older shows. And I was like a pre-teen and then coming into the coming of age, bigger teenager. So, you know, I got to experience everything. So it's just like, put on your roller skates, put on your headbands, get on your leg warmers. Oh my God, go find some Love Baby Soft. Ooh, did I hit y'all? Boom. Did I hit y'all with that Love Baby Soft? Okay, I was like a cheerleader, like, can you tell, and everything. And then also sports and, you know, soccer and volley and tennis and all that good stuff. So, you know, when you can get on the 80s channel and when you can also get on Studio 54, you know, with the 70s and music that has just like always been in and all around me, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, have a good time. It just takes you back to a happy place. And so that's why I always tell people, just make your happy memories and all that good stuff. So anyway, I'm done right here. We're going to jam on off here. And thanks for locking in with Bebeluvsports. Sports and gaming is Exquisite Fusion. Had to come back on here and do my thing, you know what I mean? Also, too, like, the hair is soft, but back in the day, you'd have to spray and make sure that thing was stiff and all your spritz. Oh, gosh. Okay. We're going to have to do, like, a little 80s thing and go from there. Then also talk about the 70s. See, that's a great thing, you know what I'm saying? Born in the 70s, coming of age in the 80s, and all that good stuff. Okay, like we can even start talking about some tech talk, because tech talk is gonna be coming too, where I'm gonna be talking about some of those old school games and probably trying to purchase some of those old school games and seeing what's what, you know what I'm saying? And oh, just a lot of stuff. So it's not just going to be sports here. We talk about gaming and getting that going. So anyway, let me get out of here. Thanks so much for locking in. We're going to stay close to this whole Tom Brady situation. I'm about to go get me something to eat. It's either going to be from, I don't know, Chick-fil-A. Just something real quick. Because look, I've done my stuff at home. Okay. I wish I could tell you about that right now. But it'll be prolonging all this other stuff. And I know you got other things to do. So you can come on back. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm going to do a Chick-fil-A run or Arby's run. I'm still kind of confused. I'm a little confused. But one of the two, it'll happen. It'll happen. Okay? But anyway, peace and love, everybody.